Living Without Them refers to an exhibition of artistic and literary works about the willful destruction of books. It explores the personal and universal impact of such destruction, and it poses the question of what life would be like in the absence of books, their authors, and perhaps their readers.
I'm very pleased and very proud to present the art of Lilianne Milgrom and to introduce the artist to you. Lilianne is an international artist, and she is a painter, a sculptor, and a media artist. Lilianne's art was influenced by her experiences. She is Paris-born, a child of survivors of the Holocaust, and she was raised in Australia and lived in Israel for 17 years. Is now here in Virginia with us. Her work is a multimedia work, and it was inspired by the news coming out from Iraq and the destruction of al-Mutanabi Street, which is in Baghdad, and which is the bookseller street. And it is the place that is considered the intellectual heart of the city. What you see here is how the artist saw this event. And it is a multimedia work, and it consists of this installation. The core of the work are fragile ceramic books. They are beautiful, they speak of pathos, they speak of grief. And they are all on the pedestals around the room.
There is something very, very special in Lilianne's work which I don't think we can appreciate by just seeing the pictures. And that is the moment when you see one of the books that she has produced, which are incredibly delicate, incredibly frail, incredibly moving, because they do convey in the ceramic something that the flat picture cannot do, and that is the fragility of books, of life, of events that she managed to convey in her art.
Now, above each pedestal is also a poem. The author of the poems is Professor Saul Sosnowski. Saul is an Argentinian poet, writer, and author, and he's also a professor at the University of Maryland at College Park. There is a dialogue between the text and the art, between the poems and the art, and just the fact that the poems are there and that books are being salvaged, this is an act of renewal. And the installation portrays, through the eyes of the artist, what happened after the aftermath of the explosion in al-Mutanabi Street. What you see here are ceramic fragments, all floating above the explosion. Then we have the haunting video in the back where you can see the eyes of the artist reading. And reading is a very intimate act. You can almost feel like a voyeur looking at that. And you have to reflect on what is it that the artist is thinking, what memories are being unlocked, what memories are being imprinted, what fantasies, what is going on. And the artist links, I think, using the ceramic books as metaphors for civilization, the destruction of the written word, the destruction of a book. A book is lost, history is lost, a culture is lost, and ultimately civilization is lost.
You can all feel when you see a destroyed book. I think everyone has a personal experience that doesn't have to be described. I just want to make mention that the video, which is being projected at the back, is simultaneously being filmed in Istanbul. It was accepted into an international biennale called the Roaming Tehran International, which actually is going to be screened in Istanbul and the Eurasian area and the Middle East as a revolt against the artists in Iran not being able to express themselves. So I feel very privileged to have it shown on that side of the world at the same time as we're standing here looking at it. And this whole exhibition is really about, freedom of expression and a revolt against violence and destruction.